What it is, guys, it's your Dino. We're back here again with another review, so let's just get straight into it. This review is for Trifox, and as always we'll get straight into the accessibility features, and this is it. That's basically all you have. There isn't anything here. There is no colorblind mode, there is no text to speech or anything like that. It's just missing everything. They're basically dependent on you, the gamer, having the tools to be able to do the accessibility for yourself. Small studio, I get that. Hopefully they can improve it in the patch. Now we'll go on to gameplay features. Gameplay features of this game is you are this little fox character, as you can see in the video. It is this little guy who sat here watching TV, and there is a story to it, and I will explain that as best as I can without giving out any spoilers. A big bad wolf guy comes along, steals your generator and your controller for your TV, and you go on an adventure to get it back because you're a shut-in. And so you use your engineering skills to create 3 different ways of combating the enemies that have been put in your way during this adventure platformer story game, to get around to finally beating the big bad boss, which is how most platformers go. That being said, they use a very unique, I would say, class-based mechanic. That's the best way to describe it, using 3 different versions of the Trifox. He has an engineer, a mage, and a warrior, and each one has its own unique features and its own unique skills and stats, which you can go into more detail later on in the video on the customization section. So the gameplay is fun, the story is well done, even though they don't use any verbal communication. It's very well done. I feel like they've got a nice art style there. It's very unique in the fact that they've created something that doesn't require articulation in a human language, but they've done a very good job of it. It is, again, Trifox, and we'll get into the customization features of the game now. So you are this character. You start off with nothing until you reach a certain point in the tutorial area of the level where you unlock the different abilities. You can defend yourself without the tech suit that you have that allows you to be a warrior, a mage, or an engineer, but it's very limited and very basic. That being said, you have a limited number of slots of abilities that you can have active at any one time, and as you progress through, as you can see here, into the next area, there are a couple of different versions of the different movements, perks, and abilities that they all have, and depending on how you play depends on which version of the suits that you'll use, and you can customize them later on even further by unlocking skill perks and making your own customization to each individual suit, so you can use those abilities and skills and perks to fight and get through the level as it is. Now we are going to get into the player recommendation at this point, because I feel that the player recommendation is the best part that I can get into more detail for. I think that this game would appeal to any content creator or any gamer who grew up in the golden age of gaming, as I like to call it, where you had games like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, we had Rock, we had Gex, so we had all these great platformer games, and I feel that this is basically them trying to recapture that design aspect and that innocence to gaming, and allowing it to let the fun factor speak volumes, and they've done a very good job of that. There is a lot of fun to be had with this game. I do feel that it is definitely one that will appeal to a lot of different people. Hardcore and the casual gamer will definitely enjoy this. I could see speedrunners playing this game and having a lot of fun with it. I could see challenges being done around this game, like like a no hit, no damage taken run and stuff like that, and permadeath run, so you'd have to start again and do the whole thing again. I could see a lot of things being done like that. Now, at this point, I would like to go into my final thoughts. Now, my final thoughts are going to be quite lengthy in this one because I have a lot of thoughts and opinions on the game. And my thoughts are that whilst this is a great game in its execution, it's lacking in foresight on the player market that they could be accessing and utilizing to purchase this game and pick this game up and play it. The lack of accessibility features in this game, in my opinion, hurt it the most. There are so many gamers out there that have disabilities, be it autism, Asperger's, dyslexia, dyspraxia, dyscalculia, and all these other ones I can't just list off the top of my head. I have Tourette's, and I try and do my best when it comes to playing games because of my motor tics. So I use an accessibility based controller. For me, it's an accessibility controller. For most people, it's a pro controller. I use the Xbox Elite V2 for my Xbox and my PC, and then on my PlayStation at the moment I use a Nacon controller from my PlayStation 4, but I don't have one for my PlayStation 5 at the moment. When it comes to Switch, there are a variety of different controllers that will help along that road. 8-bit do a hell of a lot of them, and I honestly swear by those ones. I also have the official Nintendo controller, which has been modified, so I have back paddle buttons on that. And given those accessibility features that I've had made available to myself, it does make playing games like this easier. But as we move into 2023, the awareness of disabled gamers has been on the forefront for a very long time, and the fact that there are still developers out there lacking in the awareness for those needs, it makes me sad. And I feel that this game has a lot of potential, but it's ultimately, in my opinion, let down by the lack of accessibility features. Now, I'm not asking for them to dedicate an entire swath of the design budget and stuff like that to create accessibility features. There are loads out there that you can use in engines and tools that you can just plug into your game. Now, it's not much. Deuteranopia, Tryptosanopia, these are all colorblind palettes that can be utilized as an overlay on screens. Even indie devs that are one-man teams can make accessibility tools. There's no excuse for people to not have them in AA indie games, AAA indie games, or AAA titles. I don't see it as an excuse. That's my opinion, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking part in the conversation in the comments. Keep it clean, keep it nice, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, be well, and I'll see you then. Bye, guys.